Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends and simps alike, welcome to the Mac Podcast. Now, we're here today on episode number 13. This is sponsored by an extreme hangover, but yet I have still decided to push through and film this anyway, because there is no excuse for not putting out the podcast. I've waited till this evening when my conversational abilities were a little bit more adapt to be able to bring you this podcast in its full form, and here we are. Welcome to the podcast tonight. As you can see, there are no sunglasses on tonight. I wanted you to witness my face and just look and see the composure and the level of detail that I have brought whilst still extremely hungover. Now, we have a lot to go into tonight. We have a lot of topics. I just finished a little walk around the park that is near my house. It's quite a nice park, and I don't know why I really haven't been through the middle of it. They actually have a heap of shit in there that I just never really took the notice of looking at. Like, they have a big flying fox through there, all this climbing shit, and I was like, oh my god, like, this park is legit. So topic one, the park near my house is legit. Now, there is actually so much to go through because it's the end of the first week of business. Pretty much starting it fresh. I wanted to start fresh on the day that I released the course. I pretty much had all my operations start again so that I could show everyone exactly what I'm doing, how I make a shit ton of money, how you can make a shit ton of money with Onlyfans. Now, if I have a little bit of a lisp as well, my Invisalign, okay, I just went into the dentist like the day before yesterday, and they put all these little bits of glue over my teeth. So I have like this weird lisp again. I guess my mouth is getting used to it. So yeah, I'm a pimp with a lisp. Now, the first thing that I want to mention, okay, is finishing up the week. How much profit did I rack in this week? How much money did the Mac Life make this week? I'm not going to go through all my businesses, but I want to mention the course and the ladies that work for me on OnlyFans. Finishing up today, I think we only did one course sale, so it was just break even for the ad spend, but I gained, 50 or 60 emails. But that with the money that's been brought in from the girls' accounts that I'm managing this week, and this is after a 50-50 split, so this is after all the management's done. This is what's left for profit. I believe I've made around 9,000 AUD profit this week, between the 8 to 9,000 mark after ad spend. Damn, I can hear this lisp coming through. It's not until I talk on camera that I can really hear it. Now, I didn't turn people away. I just delayed them till next week. I have 2 people ready to jump on with personal mentoring. I cut that off to 2 people a month. So, I'm not trying to sell you anything. I don't even recommend applying because I have a fucking massive list of people waiting for ages. But I had 2 people ready to go. They have everything ready smooth. We have their structure, and I've basically delayed them off till next week. I charge $8,990 US for my personal mentoring. So next week when I launch those people, I believe it works out to be around 12,000 AUD. I incur a little bit of costs as extra because I like to bring value in the package that I don't really have to, but I do. But it should bring me around 11,000 profit per client for the month. So it's an extra 22,000 I should take next week profit, but that's over the space of a month of work, of course. Now, what do I want to talk about? I want to talk about, this is really important if you want to become successful in OnlyFans, and whether you're a manager, whether you're a chick with your own fucking account, whatever it is, okay? If you want to be successful, you want to make a lot of money, this is really, really important to understand. The reason 90% of people don't make a shit ton of money in anything that they do, or they don't, get any result in anything, whether it's language learning, learning skills, whatever it is, okay? It's because they chase the new shiny object every single week. And this is kind of why I made this podcast. I just show you this is exactly what I'm doing day in, day out over the space of a year, a clear-cut goal, repeat the boring shit. And that's all it is, okay? Success is putting in the hard work and repeating the boring actions over and over again. On OnlyFans, that means going through and every single day, making sure you're using the follow method on Twitter, making sure you're doing it on Instagram, making sure you're putting up your story post, making sure you're going ahead and you're scrolling through Tinder, having those conversations. Set aside the time and then make sure you do it consistently. Because it's really not about, oh yeah, this worked and then that brought me 10 subscribers and then I changed and then I try this. And if you just stick with one thing that you know brings a little bit of result over time, that compounds significantly, okay? And then later on, you can build and add in different things. But it really is about, if you just put in the work, you do not skip a day for a year, pretty much any bitch can become a millionaire from OnlyFans. And then from becoming a millionaire, if you invest correctly, okay, you diversify your portfolio, you get a little bit of real estate, you're a little bit risky with the crypto side of things as well. You grab a few small NFTs, okay, you branch out, you buy shit that you know, you're going to make money. And you're going to be pretty much fucking set. Thought I heard someone talking around my house, around the Mac mansion. Now, last night, if my voice croaky as well, the reason I'm hungover is we had a massive fucking party here. There was probably 30 people. It was great fun. It was definitely not coronavirus friendly. There were no masks. There were no any of that. I probably shouldn't even say that word in this video because I noticed that YouTube is then adding guidelines and then it's also hindering the amount of fucking people that they show shit to. But it was a let's just call it an Ovid party, okay? Ovid friendly party. Didn't matter who was here. We didn't check people at the door for certain things, okay? Everyone was welcome to come in and enjoy the night. And whatever your stance is on that, I really don't give a fuck because that is another benefit of running your own business, okay? No one's going to call your boss and complain. No one's going to call up your fucking work. It's not going to affect your future career of getting a job. You are your own job. You are your own boss. Like today, I called up. I was like, Big Mac Daddy. Big Mac Daddy was like, yeah, what's up? I was like, I am feeling fucked. So I'm going to just chill out for the morning. I'm going to sleep in a little bit. I'm going to cook up some bacon and I'm going to rest up today. I'm going to still put in the work, but I'm going to get to that later on. Big Mac Daddy was like, yeah, baby, you just take your time. You're the man in charge. So that's another fucking benefit. If you're watching these podcasts, I'm sure you already know that, and that's why you're pushing through. Now, I want to talk about as well, this YouTube channel will blow up over the space of next year. It's one of the goals, and I'm going to talk about 2022 goals because we're starting to come to the end of the year. But not only will it blow up based on the fact that it's just consistently something going out every single day, but there are 2 new things that I'm doing. So I just launched the Google ads yesterday. They just got approved and they spent their entire budget today of $50. If you actually go through to my podcast and you go through to one of the videos, it's why you need to quit your job and start OnlyFans. I believe it's podcast 6 or 7. If you go through and look at that one video, the amount of views it has compared to everything else is massive. Like this one day, we've gained 1,000 views for the $50 in ad spend and a shit ton of subscribers as well. And that is how you can blow up your YouTube very fast, okay, is by pretty much just driving all the ads to one video and making sure, and here's a little trick as well, because YouTube, if you're trying to get monetized, it doesn't add that to your watch hours. But if you put that video in a playlist, drive the traffic there, what happens is any other subsequent video that people go ahead and watch, they count towards your watch hours. Plus, you're going to gain subscribers. And if you're smart, okay, like I said, I have a course available, which is $99. I know that for every $100 I spend bringing people on to watch the YouTube video, okay, I'm at least going to get 1 course sale out of that. So it really costs me nothing and it can just grow indefinitely. Now, there's obviously going to be a point, so there'll be diminishing returns on a video where I could probably only spend, a couple hundred a day for 3 or 4 course sales, but we'll find out what that is. You kind of want to be in the positive. So what I will find is sort of a mean or an average. I feel it'll be like probably around spending $100 to $150 a day, and that might bring 3 or 4 course sales a day consistently, which makes me an extra $300 or $400 a day US. Where the fuck did I put my pen? Okay. So as well as that, I'm launching TikTok ads. So TikTok ads, they are fantastic. They're by far the best form of ad that you can run at the moment. It's still, there's barely any competitors marketing on TikTok or marketing correctly. They don't know how to utilize a platform correctly. I was one of the first advertisers on TikTok for my e-com brands and then same for myself. So I've seen incredible results there. I'll be pushing the course through there, which is what I'll be selling. And then I'll also be having ads run to find ladies to work, okay? Now, the list of ladies that I have waiting to work for me is fucking massive now. I think we've hit like 500, 600 different applications for ladies. But you want that. You don't want, only a little amount, and then you lose a girl or something happens, or they don't get set up, or they never get verified, or okay, you just want a never-ending list, okay? And then what happens is you can go through and filter out and be like, this bitch is fucking, her profile's got 300k followers. Like one of the girls that's messaged through, okay, she's got 350,000 Instagram followers. She wants me to take over. There's others that have, active subs already. They have 200, 300 active subs. They're ready for their account to be managed. There's others there that have 50 or 60, but they're charging $30 a month or $29 a month, whatever the cap is. Okay, they're charging all the way up there. I would recommend cutting that back to let a little bit more people on and then charging a premium for photos. But, what's running at the moment's obviously working for them. Now, a lot of people don't know this, okay? So next year, and it's pretty exciting. I've got a deadline now, a date. I'm moving away from Australia. I obviously fucking love Australia, and I will obviously return. However, I have no planned return date. I'm moving overseas to change over some stuff with my company structure, and really just enjoy. I'm a man in my 20s, and I should just really enjoy the world, not be stuck to a location. And that's another benefit of running an online business. You're not stuck to a location. And once you get a bit of financial freedom, you can go ahead and do that, okay? Plus, when you're sponsored by Burberry, you can just... I ain't sponsored, but I will be one day, okay? Burberry, shout out. Big Mac Daddy. Now, I'm leaving March 1st, so it gives me 2.5 months, and I'm out of here. I'm not taking a suitcase because I'm going to be going location to location to location, 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 then Dubai. So I'm not taking a suitcase. I can buy everything I want wherever I am anyway. I'm basically I'm going to buy a real nice fucking travel bag, a new bag, just exciting new fucking journey. Buy a new laptop. I'll go ahead and buy the new MacBook Pro. I'll probably have to sell this off because I don't think I can bring it with me, and there's no point leaving it. I upgraded this iMac. This is a new iMac, and I upgraded like every spec. It cost me like around $4,000, I think, when I bought it. I upgraded the RAM and everything like that. So I'll just sell that and get the MacBook Pro. Take the MacBook Pro with me, as well as it's probably time that I upgrade my iPhone. I really haven't been fucked. The camera difference really hasn't been that much, but there's a great little trick that you can use. Actually, and it's something that I want to tell you as well. When you run a business, right, here's a little sneaky off-the-grid tax hack that you can use, okay? Buy a phone in your company's name. It's a complete expense. It's a complete write-off. Then with your old phone, go ahead and sell that. And usually, if you do this each year, the difference in price isn't that much. So say you have an iPhone 12, you could still probably sell that for like at least $1,000. The new one will cost you $1,200. If you bought the enhanced one, there's obviously going to be different prices, but really you're only losing $200, but you're not, because that's a complete expense when you pay $1,200 for the new phone from your company. You can write that off as a full expense, especially for online businesses and especially for content creation businesses. Then go ahead and sell your old phone, but here's the trick: sell it for cash. Use Marketplace. Now you have cash that you can spend at your disposal. You really haven't lost that much money, maybe $200, plus you've got a complete tax write-off for your other fucking thing. So there you go. There you go. As you can tell, I'm a little bit faded tonight, but we pushing through. We fucking delivering the goods. What else have we got? My goals for 2022 while being away. I highly recommend you get your goals written down, okay? And then not just have your big goals, but almost make jokes of really easy versions, little milestones of your goals that are just super achievable. Why? Because you validate yourself very quickly and you walk around feeling like a fucking champ every day, and that helps to push you towards your goals. If your goals are too hard to attain, okay, you're going to lose motivation. So say, for example, you want to be a millionaire. Your goal is, I'm going to be a millionaire. I really want to be a millionaire. How about first, people that I speak to, they're like, I want to be a millionaire, and they're completely broke. I'm like, why don't you aim to be 100-air? And they're like, what do you mean? What's 100-air? 100,000? I'm like, no, aim to be 100-air. Just have hundreds of dollars sitting around. They're like, well, that's fucking stupid. You can't really do anything. I'm like, just try that. Aim to be 100-air, okay? You're going to have your millionaire goal, but first you want to become 100-air. And when you're 100-air, go out and celebrate. Then become 1,000-air. Then become a tens of thousands an air. Then become a hundreds of thousands an air. And just, okay, keep moving and adding on like so. Now, My goals for 2022, they're very simple. There's not many. They're very achievable for myself, okay? I already have a very high level of Russian now, and I'll get to a B2 level of fluency in Russian over a year's worth of practice. Get my BJJ purple belt, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I've obviously been doing it a while. I got my blue belt in June or July of 2019. So I've been a blue belt now for 2 years. And whilst I haven't been training at my academy in the mountains, I have been putting in work here with people, been training. I have been drilling as much as possible and putting in the time there. It's obviously the corona has stopped a whole lot of things. I fucking said it again. This video is going to get demoted. It stopped a whole lot of things with travel. But over the space of next year, I'll be putting in a lot of training overseas, especially at Tiger Muay Thai and a lot of these other places. So purple belt is on the cards for sure. Tattoos, okay, it's a vanity one that I want to get done. I already have a lot of ink, but I want to get all of this finished up, my chest finished up, my entire back done, and my entire leg finished off. Something I wanted to do for ages. So I'm going to go ahead and do that next year. And I want to get this business, I will get this business to turning over 7 figures profit. Now, you can look at the money I've already made this week, and let's just say, okay, I brought in 9K. Let's just round it up and be nice. 10K because my math is not very advanced at fucking solving the next part of the equation. If we look at it and we say, okay, 10K times 52 weeks a year on average already from week 1, I'm already making 520K profit a year. That is pre-tax, obviously, but that's not a bad fucking start for week 1, okay? Now, there's going to be ups and downs, but we are going to fucking cruise it into the 7 figures profit. And it's the most transparent podcast, there. Jesus, can I even speak tonight? It's the most transparent podcast, okay? It's going to fucking, I'm going to show you everything. I'm going to show you the ads. I'm going to show you the numbers. I'm going to show you every single thing throughout the year. And the last thing that I want to mention for everyone listening on tonight's little podcast, I know it really hasn't been too topic heavy like OnlyFans and stuff like that. It's more just been a reflection, but I felt it was the night for that sort of stuff because coming into the future podcast, it's not just going to be myself talking. A lot of them are going to be with people that I bring on. And I thought about this decision a little bit, and the reasoning behind it is I didn't want to do that originally because of the setup time, people pulling out, you have to abide by other people's times, and I like to operate on my own time. However, if I do a mixture where I'm really not set, so I can still push out this style of podcast, but people that I'm happy to bring on and quickly chat with, pretty much zero preparation. We just chat and we learn about each other while we're on the podcast. And I can bring on my good friends. I have a lot of friends in the e-com space who are very well known. Not only will you get to hear their voice as well, instead of just listening to my fucking voice talking all the time, they're going to teach you some really helpful things that are going to help you propel in your business the way that they've fucking figured things out. I'm going to learn some shit from them, okay, because people like to talk and they're going to give me tips and insights and ideas. I'm going to build new relationships while doing it. And then on top of that, okay, get a sneaky bit of cross promotion in there as well. People love to promote themselves, and anyone that I bring on the podcast is obviously going to go ahead and share the video of the podcast. So I'm going to get a little tap into all of their audiences as well. Plus catapulting me, plus making more money, more value for you, more value for them, more value for me. It's a win, win, win. That's the Mac way. Little achievement to finish off. We hit 2.3K subs here on YouTube. So if you enjoyed the potty and you haven't subbed yet, make sure you hit the subscribe button. 100K, that's the other goal. I forgot to tell you, but you already knew that. 100K by the end of next year, subscribers. You wait and see. We can use all these videos I'm talking about as timestamps. It will happen. We'll have 100,000 subs. So appreciate you watching tonight. Thanks for joining in for the Mac Life podcast. Okay, #1 pimp podcast in the world. Thank you for joining in. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bucka.